that they put together a big W. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. So the Missouri Tigers offense is on the field for the first time today. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways.
He's got it down the right side. And he's running in the open. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
If you want to make a statement in a football game, that's how you do it. On your first offensive snap, you go 75 yards and score a touchdown. They have shown up. They are ready to go. Everybody, I think, in shock in the stadium right now.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down here for the offense. Here's the handoff. At the 35, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Safe completion on the screen. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physical. They get so many great players across the country. LSU
throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, LSU. Lining up for the PAT. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started. That big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. Be good at what we can hang our hat on so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Slips through the line. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Nice move there. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down.
Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
It's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Going with the ground game left. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Off the RPO, complete. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense and zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Glover. And they got him for the sack.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
LSU 21, Missouri.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together.
On that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Man, listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
To the air on first down. The throw to the outside is complete. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw, it's Glover. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown them 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win first and second down, you set up third and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Opening play of the drive from the 39. The give to the tailback. At midfield, he's got room. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Release to the back. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small games...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13. There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense trying to get behind the defense. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Dropping back, it's Glover. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback.
And the quarterback is knocked down back.
Also 8 yards on the play.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the returner will be dragged down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at it. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, LSU. On to attempt the try.
Number 17.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
LSU 42. Missouri 7.
Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Gonna run it. It's Roberts. Discards a man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
To the air, it's Glover. They're bringing heat. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll take it on the return. Makes a move. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And, man, David, you couldn't ask for any better. Touchdown, LSU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the counter. Still running at the 40. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy, he'll be the toast of the team. As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of 60 yards.
You can count on one hand how many kickers in college football today can make that kick. That guy's one of them.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man on the right. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. And they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that.
Unloads it downfield. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Tiger. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score LSU 56, Missouri 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking to throw, it's Glover. He finds his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Missouri wants to go fast. On third down, he drops to throw. It's complete. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first conversion.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
Missouri will kick it off to open this second half.
Set to kick off.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Golden.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
With jet sweep pass. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space.
Going downfield for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Tigers. And the stomping has commenced. He'll try to tack on one more. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
LSU 70, Missouri 17.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
And the returner is stopped. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. A full dive to haul that one in. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. LSU right back to the line. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the beatdown has ensued.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Missouri, 17.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Looking to throw, it's Glover. The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Love that. Nice hands and also beautiful awareness by the receiver to make that grab inbounds.
Inside 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Caught in the backfield, it's Boone. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle, it's Manning. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got his man. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
He's going for the big play. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Missouri! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. He has been surgical. Precision passing, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
He's going to run it. At the 35, he's open. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to run for it. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Little touch pass to the receiver. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. He's looking to throw it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Looking for room at the 30. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Quarterback on the keeper. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. 3rd and goal coming up here. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Quarterback checking off. Wants to go up top. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. Shows a little flash as he slips his way out to the 10.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Looking for a man. It's Glover. Finds his man. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think...
It's complete. A huge pickup. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
They were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points.
Oh, he wants it all. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, LSU. And the route is on. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. The Tigers get enough to move the chains.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that first down.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field. And
throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy.
Looking deep down the right side. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Excellent field position here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Glover. Going for it all. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous party, a consolation prize, if you will.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got it in the middle. It's Gathers. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Let's see what they've got on second down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out.